Okay, just for a second, I want you to picture this. You're at home, maybe unwinding after a long day, and your phone buzzes.
You look down and hey, it's an invite from a friend. Maybe it's dinner, a concert, something you'd actually love to do. And that first feeling is just, yes, of course I want to go. You miss your friends, you're ready for a night out. But then that little voice in your head kicks in, a small hesitation. You think, you know what, I should probably just take a quick peek at the old bank account. And yep, there it is, the reality check. You see what gas cost you last week, you remember that grocery bill, and don't even get me started on rent. It just feels heavy.
So with that all-too-familiar sinking feeling, you pull up your messages. You know exactly what you need to type. You've probably typed it a bunch of times before. Hey, so sorry, can't make it this time. You might even add a little excuse, but you know the real reason. It's the money. And that one moment, that one text, well, that's what we're digging into today.
Because this isn't just about you missing a dinner. This is actually about a huge nationwide problem, a collision of two massive crises, inflation and isolation.
And look, if you have ever sent that text, I really need you to hear this. You are so far from alone, which is, the cruel irony in all of this.
I mean, just look at this number. A recent report found that a jaw-dropping 67%, that's 2 out of every 3 Americans, have had to skip social events because of the cost. We're talking dinners, trips, even weddings.
So you see, what's happening here is way bigger than just our budgets. It's not just about the numbers in our bank accounts.
It's a deeply human story. The rising cost of everything is basically pouring gasoline on a fire that was already burning. America's loneliness epidemic.
And get this, the average American household is now spending an extra $15,400 a year on just the basics compared to 2019. That's over $1,000 a month that's just gone. Money that used to be for, well, actually living.
What we're seeing is this fundamental shift in how we socialize. The easy yes to an invitation has been replaced by a really tough calculation and, a lot of the time, a heartbreaking no. We're pulling back from each other just to keep our heads above water.
And I want to be really clear. This is so much more than just a little fear of missing out. The consequences of disconnecting from each other are serious. I'm talking genuinely dangerous.
I want you to just let this one sink in for a minute. The U.S. Surgeon General has gone on record saying that being chronically lonely is as bad for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes every single day.
And here's why that's not an exaggeration. See, loneliness isn't just a sad feeling. It's a physical state that seriously increases our risk for things like heart disease, depression, anxiety, dementia, and even an earlier death.
What this financial stress does is create something called financial FOMO. It's that feeling of being left behind because you just can't afford to keep up. You miss one get-together, then another. Pretty soon you're out of the loop on the inside jokes, the new memories, and just quietly, without anyone meaning for it to happen, those friendships can start to drift.
Okay, that was the heavy part. The problem is big, it's real, and it's scary. But it is not hopeless. So now let's shift gears and talk about solutions. I want to give you a little toolkit, 5 powerful and, most importantly, completely free ways to fight back against this.
All right, here we go. Number 1, host at home. Think a potluck or a game night. 2, get outside. A walk in the park, a hike, it costs literally nothing. 3, volunteer. Find a cause you care about and meet like-minded people. 4, be intentional. A simple phone call, not a text, can make a huge difference. And 5, build micro habits of connection. Just chat with the barista or your neighbor. Tiny things.
You see, the real key here is a mindset shift. It's moving away from thinking, I can't afford to go out, and starting to ask, how can I create connection with what I have, right here, right now?
And this isn't just some fluffy feel-good idea. It's science. It is literally hardwired into our biology. Your brain needs and craves connection. And when you feed it, even with these small, free actions, your mind and your body will thank you for it.
And that brings us to the end, and to a little challenge I have for you.
I really want this to be your main takeaway. Yes, prices are high. The financial stress is real. I get it. But your fundamental human need for connection, it's non-negotiable. It's just more important.
So I'll just leave you with this question. Thinking about that toolkit we just went through. What's one small step, just one, that you can take this week to build a little more connection? Because your health and your happiness are counting on it.